Welcome to the Freedym Show. My name is Ryan Lee, the founder of Freedym.com, the number one resource for heart-centered lifestyle entrepreneurs. And right now at this moment, you are listening to the Freedym Show. This is the daily show featuring 10 minutes of the best fluff-free advice showing you how to create a true lifestyle business, because it's not just about the money, it's about the freedom. And make sure to go check out our brand new free online community. It's on Facebook. Just go to facebook.com/groups/breakfast with Ryan Lee. I'm going to shorten that name soon, but for right now, just go there. Facebook.com/groups/breakfast with Ryan Lee, and it's free. So today, we've got 10 minutes on the clock, as always, and we've got Paul Kortman. Paul is a guy I've heard about. It's really, really interesting. He travels the world, literally travels the world in an RV with his wife, his 4 kids, and he runs a digital marketing firm at the same time called Connects. And it's just an amazing story. They homeschool their kids. They do all this stuff while on the road and building this business. If you want to learn more about Paul and how he does it, check out Nomad Together, Nomad Together.com. Paul, are you ready to rock?
Let's do this.
Yeah. Now, you are doing all this. You're running your entire business out of an RV with 4 kids. I have 4 kids here. I can't even breathe. Give us now. I know the key for you is outsourcing, right?
It totally is.
So let's go into
There's
that.
no way I could do this without it.
So let's start with number one. I won't even. You start. Tell me how we start, how you outsource and run this whole thing while doing this in an RV.
Well, first of all, the need. Just realize that no matter what you're doing, when you are choosing a lifestyle over work, you need to outsource. You need to have people who are fulfilling the daily tasks of the business while you're unavailable for unforeseen reasons, like you can't get internet when you land in Bangkok for some reason. So there's a huge, massive need to make sure that your business is running even when you're on the beach or when you're unavailable. So that was the basic need that pushed me into this. And I did it 4 or 5 years ago. I've been through dozens of freelancers, dozens of quote-unquote employees. I always use contractors because it can scale up and down based on my business needs. I just am not into the stress of having an employee and now I have to feed them. I'd rather just have a contractor. There are amazing contractors out there that you can get and save so much money by using contractors. So that's the first thing, is realize the need, realize contracting is the way to go. I can't stop with the upsides there. But then also how to find them. If you don't know about Upwork by now, it used to be called Elance and whatever it was.
It was Odesk as well, yeah. They've all combined into Upwork.
And if you haven't heard about that, well, you need to get educated because that's the first place to go. But that's just to cut your teeth. I wouldn't recommend, I actually hire contractors to hire contractors on Upwork because I don't want to manage Upwork at all. So I have a full-time contractor who's working for me because he's not in the U.S. I don't care about the IRS. I'm his only source of income, and he's not an employee. So just realize that if you get contractors outside of the U.S., you don't have to worry about all the legalities there of making sure they work for multiple companies. You can have full-time dedicated contractors. So one of his positions, one of his responsibilities is managing, hiring and firing people on Upwork. And so I just give my contractor an assignment. Hey, we need content generated for this client. Here's the bullet points of what we need. Find the right person and get it done. And so he has a budget and he knows how to hire and fire on Upwork and just takes care of that for me. So literally everything within the business I have figured out how to assign to contractors so I don't have to do it. There are 2 things which I have not yet made enough money to outsource, and that's account management, so essentially connecting with all of my clients on the phone, and then sales. And if I can get over the next financial hurdle, those will be the 2 that I outsource next.
Okay, so right now you've got so how many contractors at a given time are working for you on projects?
Currently, I have 2 full-time and 5 part-time.
Okay, and in terms of you managing them, so I get it with the contractor hiring, firing. Is this contractor also managing, like saying, okay, you have to make sure you're doing this traffic and this marketing, or you still have your hand in that as well?
I have my hand in it from a strategic standpoint. He is knowledgeable and capable of doing it, and the moment the account manager comes into play, I will completely step out of that role. So it's more along the lines of I just talk to the client, and then I need to assign all the tasks. So it takes me about 5 minutes after a client phone call. I assign all the tasks, and then I don't touch it until they're done. So.
What do you do now in terms of day-to-day management? Do you have project management tools? Because I know if you're managing multiple clients, multiple contractors, it can get things get lost in a sea of email. So
Yep.
Give me, you know what? Let's do this. Give me a typical day, Paul, in the life of Paul Kortman on the road, managing the outsourcing and the business. Let's take us through.
There is no typical day, but what I try to do, so we try to keep all of our work into Trello. I would recommend either Trello or Asana. And then we use Slack for instant communications internally within our team. Mm-hmm. So those are our tool set. I rarely ever get an email from one of my contractors. In fact, if I do, it's a dire emergency. So it's only clients and excuse my language, but other stuff that we don't need that shows up in my inbox. Okay. So in the morning, I have a daily stand-up with each of my 2 full-timers, and at the same time, just to make sure that we're all on the same page, that everything's going. On Mondays and Wednesdays, we do an hour. Every other day, it's 15 minutes, just to make sure everything's going all right. And then I just go through my Trello boards of making sure that everything is the way I want it to do. Or want it to be. If any of my contractors has asked me questions or ran into problems, then I jump in there and help them get their tasks done. And then when things are done, I just email them off to the client. So that's my entire day in a nutshell. What
are you doing and this is a little bit off the outsourcing topic, but it's interesting since you're on the road in the RV. What are you doing to drive new business? Give us your number one marketing or traffic tactic.
Oh, this is so lame. You had to pick this one, didn't you?
I'm not going to give you softballs all day, Paul. Come on.
So, I run a digital marketing agency where we help our clients utilize every digital marketing tool there is, from content generation and content marketing to online ads. And what do I do to get new clients? I do referral marketing and in-person networking. I have found that to be the best way in my industry for people to understand who I am, what I do, and to trust me, and to trust my agency. So I will show up at web dev meetings. I'm currently in Atlanta, Georgia, and scheduled to be at the next 5 web developer meetings in Atlanta, which they happen to all be in the same week. And so I'm just going to go and meet web developers, let them know what I do, how I operate, and then they're like, oh, when my client says I need SEO or I need content marketing or I've built their site and now they need to, market something, they call me. And that's how we've gotten 90% of our business to date is through that and then through existing clients and referrals.
Yeah, you know what? It's powerful and it works.
It works. It's amazing how well it works.
Do you see any blowback for the fact that it's not a traditional marketing agency with an office and all that stuff? The fact that you're in an RV, do you tell them that? Do you not tell them that? Is that one of your selling points?
It is not one of my selling points. It's something that after we start the engagement and we start to build a rapport, then we talk about it and they get to know me and they follow along on our travel blog and all that. So most of my clients know where I'm at and what I'm doing, but I try to keep that off. What we talk about is that we have a distributed workforce and we are a location independent company because I pitch that as lower overhead. And it's true. We've never met an equally skilled competitor who's beat us on price. And it's just because we can be super efficient because, frankly, all of my contractors are well under whatever I would hire if I had to put them in an office in the U.S. And yet they do the same amount of work and they're just as intelligent, if not more. And so it's stupid to me why I would ever consider paying the overhead of an office and hiring people in person. Unless I had an ego issue, then that might fix that.
Yeah, no, I totally get it. Well, we are officially out of time, so you can get back to the RV and the kids and running the outsourcing. I love it. I love what you're doing, and I appreciate you coming on here and sharing. Let me mention your site one more time, Paul. It is Nomad, Nomad, together.com. And this is Ryan Lee. I am signing off for today. No, I don't have an RV, but I do have 4 kids. So it's time for me to go back. I think I have baseball practice later today because I'm coaching. Always fun. But thank you again, Paul. And thank you for listening. Have no fear, because you know what happens. I will be back tomorrow. I'm here every single day. The Freedym Show never ends. Take care. Have an amazing day. See you tomorrow. And bye-bye. Woo!